From innovative cleanup efforts to recycling initiatives, join us as we explore sustainable solutions to tackle the urgent issue of plastic pollution. Also, witness the power of art as Chibuike Ifediluchukwu creates masterpieces from recycled waste in southeast Nigeria. And also, we highlight the government's commitment to curbing plastic waste. This and more will be our focus on this week's edition of Green Angle. Welcome. I am Esther Mokwariola. We begin with this pressing concern that affects our planet on a massive scale: plastic pollution. As the world unites under the banner of Solutions to Plastic Pollution with the campaign Beat Plastic Pollution, we find ourselves at a crucial crossroads. The time to raise awareness, take action and advocate for sustainable solutions is now. Now join us as we explore the efforts to combat the ever-increasing menace of plastic waste. In communities around the world, a group of passionate activists are sounding the alarm about the devastating impact of plastic waste. Their tireless efforts inspire others to adopt more environmentally friendly practices. Today, we'll meet one of such activists who is making a significant difference in Nigeria. Meet Doyinsola Ogunye, a visionary leader and founder of a recycling scheme that empowers women and youth through the collection, aggregation and recycling of plastic waste.
I've always had a passion ever since 2009 when I actually started recycling in Lagos to empower women and youth using resources like recyclable materials which would have gotten into our waterways, in our drainages and places that should not be. So with Reswaye, we're creating a value system for women and youth. We're creating jobs and we want them to have sustainable wealth through materials like plastic, because that's what's polluting our environment.
Through her initiative called the Recycling Scheme for Women and Youth Empowerment, Doyinsola and her team have already made a significant impact. They have moved nearly 200 tons of plastic waste from waterways, saving countless marine species from harm, and provided economic support to more than 3,000 women, giving them a chance at a better future.
Reswaye focuses on empowerment, and we empower people in different ways. We upskill people. So for example, we go to communities where they don't even know how to use the computer. We teach them digital skills so that they can even document the plastic that they are taking out of the community. We teach them how to use plastic as a resource. So we do upskilling and upcycling of plastic with them as well. We teach people how to use plastics to make things they use in their homes, from flower vases, to things you can use in your kitchen and things like that, and even toys for the children. So this way people see recycling and people see upskilling as part of the culture of their home and their living space as well. We don't only do that, we've created a kilo currency where people see plastic and they see value. So every time we scale the plastic, we give you a kilogram, actually a voucher, what you can use to actually get things from our farms, for example, from our supermarkets, for example. So the face value of plastic, you're already seeing currency.
Dedicated to empowering women and promoting sustainable practices, more than 4,000 women from 41 communities have already registered in the buyback program, turning waste into income and embracing sustainable living.
We also have something called the Reswaye Care Kit, where we reach out to women in estates to say, if you give us a particular amount of plastic, for example, if you give us a 10 kg worth of plastic, instead of throwing it in your bin, that plastic can be used to provide sanitary towels, to provide soaps and different care and hygiene materials for people that can't afford it. We're also creating a cooperative where women of similar interests can come together and then bring their plastics to us. And if it's, for example, they want to be able to pay school fees of their children, we're able to do that for them using that platform. So in as much as they are picking plastic, they're also being financially empowered. They understand the basics of accounting and they understand that this is actually a business. So what we've tried to do with Reswaye is to create a holistic system where you are not only seeing the value of plastic, but the environment is being better and women and youth are being empowered as well.
One of the major obstacles in plastic waste management is the absence of societal structures that discourage harmful behaviors towards the environment or encourage protective actions. Doing Solar emphasizes the importance of organizing orientation and awareness campaigns to highlight the long and short-term effects of our treatment of the environment.
I went to a particular village, and in that village, they actually thought that if you take your plastics and you throw it in the ocean, the god of the ocean will clean it up for you. Encouraging them to see a different way that they can use the plastic and they can dispose their plastics other than burying it or throwing it away has been a huge challenge, because what you're doing is you are breaking a paradigm. We're encouraging the community leaders, the bales and the KBACs in the communities to help us reach out to the people in the community so that they can understand that cleanliness is next to godliness as well. So across Lagos State, we also have drop-off centers called recycling banks. Once you are in an area that has a recycling bank, you can bring your recyclables on your way to work, on your way from work, to support what we're doing. We want to expand to at least 100 communities before the end of 2023. We also want to get into other states along the coast as well. We're looking at Ondo State, we're looking at River State as well, to spread the gospel of recycling in coastal communities. There's something we always say in the recycling sector is reduce, reuse, recycle. And I always start with refuse. If you can refuse plastic, be it a straw, be it a plastic bag when you go to the supermarket, if you have an option to choose between a drink in a plastic container or a drink in a can container, always try to refuse it, because it's doing so much harm. You use it once and then it's with us for over 400 years. There are some top plastic materials, the styrofoam, the plastic bags, the straws and things like that. I subscribe to a ban on that. But things that we can recycle, there's a market for that. Things that we can recycle, let's recycle, and let's recycle properly so that it doesn't end up in the ocean.
Through her unwavering dedication, Doyinsola Ogunye is showing the world that a sustainable future is within our grasp. Her work serves as a powerful example of how individual actions can create a ripple effect, inspiring others to join the fight against plastic waste and protect our planet for generations to come. Still talking about sustainable solutions, a versatile artist in Anambra State, southeast Nigeria, Chibuike Ifedilichukwu, is creating art pieces from recycled waste. Meet Ifedilichukwu Chibuike, a talented artist who transforms recycled waste into stunning masterpieces. His journey began in 2012 when he discovered his passion for turning waste into art. Today, he mainly uses aluminium cans, sourcing them from his neighborhood.
To me, nothing is waste unless if you have not been able to decode the value. Everything you see in your environment has a value.
Ifedilichukwu meticulously cleans and cuts the cans into small pieces, ready to be used for his artwork. With dedication and skill, he transforms these discarded materials into beautiful pieces of art.
every artist out there, even non-artists who are aspiring to be creative. One is that I must tell them nothing is waste. Let them take their time, study the material so that they don't end up creating another waste.
His studio in Awka showcases a collection of his work, receiving recognition for his unique creations. Among his notable works are portraits of celebrities and influential figures.
Some people have said, you are inspiring me. I said, good, because I alone can do it.
With each new artwork, Ife Dilichukwu inspires us to see the beauty and possibilities hidden in what we often discard. Green Angle returns in just a moment. Stay with us. Nigeria, known for its stunning landscapes and diverse ecosystems, is home to a wide array of plant and animal species. However, the delicate balance of nature is threatened by human activities and environmental challenges. As part of efforts to promote awareness and action in protecting and restoring biodiversity, the Lekki Urban Forest and Animal Sanctuary Initiative organized a special celebration for Children's Day. The event aimed to engage young minds in activities that highlight the importance of biodiversity conservation.
Biodiversity represents the web of life. It's like a web, and you take certain strands out of the web, and if you're not careful, you'll take one final strand and the whole web will collapse. So this World Biodiversity Day is just to inspire people to make whatever decisions are necessary to ensure that we don't collapse the very web of life.
And then with the theme that says preserving the web of nature. All about this is to ensure that children also get enlightened about nature, what it stands for, and how we can preserve the environment, for them to also inculcate the right practices for them to live and thrive.
During the celebration, the children immersed themselves in various activities such as poetry recitation, art painting and cultural dance. Through these engaging experiences, they gained a deeper understanding of the significance of biodiversity and their role in preserving it.
We can protect plants and animals by growing trees for them. Like a woodpecker, they always make hole in trees so they can build their nest and lay eggs.
We have to build a wildlife structure in our country, or a prohibited area in our country, like the zoo. This is Lufasi Park. Here we have lots of animals. We have the horses, we have the donkeys, we have monkeys and many other animals, which is the humans can come in, have fun with them, and they can also have fun with us.
While their passion, creativity and commitment can make a significant impact on protecting and restoring biodiversity, creating a thriving planet is possible when everyone works together for the sake of generations to come. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu expresses unwavering dedication to tackling the issue of plastic waste in our environment. And during a special gathering in observance of World Environment Day, the governor, represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Lagos Ministry of Environment, emphasized the state's proactive measures in curbing plastic waste. Nigeria currently generates approximately 2.5 million tons of plastic waste annually, and this figure is expected to rise by 2050 due to population growth and increased demand for plastics. Lagos State alone contributes about 15% of this plastic waste. As part of the World Environment Day celebration, the state government said it has implemented various initiatives to combat plastic waste in the megacity.
We have launched several initiatives ranging from the policy initiation, environmental education and advocacy, buyback program, replication of the recycling banks in the government residential estates, schools, communities and markets, after a successful implementation of a pilot project within the catchment area of the State Secretariat complex here in Alausa.
Before, there was no any value for plastic. Now there is value for plastic. People can wake up and engage themselves in the plastic value chain.
During the event, some students and individuals were recognized and rewarded for their efforts in promoting a sustainable environment.
Everybody has a role to play. We all have to start with ourselves, make sure that we're doing the right thing before encouraging others to do it. That way everybody takes part in the activity.
It's already a motivation for her to want to do more most of the time when she sees things like this. And generally she's actually very interested in the environment naturally. So this is actually a good one for her. I'm happy and we celebrate her.
There were also participants who showcased products made from recycled plastic waste.
Firstly, on my right hand side, we have the baby's chair made out of carton, old cartons and old foams also. And there we have our spoon mirror, really looking nice. And also we have our flower vase here. And also we have our pencil case made out of Coca-Cola bottles. And also we have our cup, your wine cup, made out of Coca-Cola bottles also. And here you have your fruit baskets made out of newspapers, rolled newspapers. And here you have your beautiful flower frame, which you can actually hang in your office or in your room, looking nice. And here we have our foot mat also made out of fabrics, Ankaras, leftovers, Ankaras. We made it out of here. And also we have at the front here, we have the organizer made out of carton also. And there we have our cupboard also made out of carton. And also we have ottomans on ground here.
The plastics have come to stay. All the plastics that have been created, they are still in existence. So we need to capture them and reuse them and let them stay longer. A lot of opportunities can be done. We just need to be innovative and creative.
In the meantime, other activists called on relevant authorities to ensure the effective implementation of the plastic waste policy to reduce the amount of waste generated on a daily basis, even as the government looks towards exploring adopting such initiatives.
Plastic pollution, the best way is not to do a one-off event, is to keep at it. And how we're keeping at it is telling locals that plastic is not just trash. You can also make money from plastic. We have introduced a buyback. So we have a depot here in Lagos Island where you can bring your plastics as much as possible and we'll buy it back from you.
Some of this plastic are recycled to make foam, to make slippers, to make artworks, different items that still have economic value. So we are not just ensuring that plastic are out of our oceans and out of our streets, we're creating jobs.
We're looking forward to a situation where we'll begin to take our shopping bags to the malls. We'll stop taking nylon bags, we'll stop using styrofoam bags, which are very difficult to recycle.
Manufacturers need to understand that they need to use recyclable materials. They need to begin to change, either use biodegradable or packaging reduction, or use materials that are recyclables, that are environmentally friendly. And government needs to be intentional. Government needs to give incentives to those who are doing it and then sanctions to those not doing it.
When the plastic are not well disposed, it ends up in our rivers and seas. And when we eat fishes and crabs, and that, apart from the fact that we distort the life cycle, we also end up consuming what we deposited there. And then when we have, because we are now ingesting plastic, when we have problems, we are quick to say it's one witch or one wizard. But most of the time it's not. So in order for us not to kill ourselves, we need to start retracing our steps back. We are not saying kill plastic. We are saying no to one-time use plastic. We are saying encourage recycling. We are saying don't just throw your plastic anyhow because it is an asset.
Although the task of reducing plastic waste generation may appear challenging, it is believed that through collective efforts and the consistent application of global best practices, significant and steady progress can be achieved in the fight against plastic pollution.
Happy World Environment Day!
And that's about it on this week's edition of Green Angle. Until I come your way next time, remember, together we can build a sustainable world. I am Esther Amapariola. Bye for now.